Hi, Betty. It's Jeff here. I've not been doing any of these videos on my word show tips of the day, and kind of all those topics about language and linguistics and all that, because I have had bronchitis for 2.5 months, and so I just want to tell the story of I'm back from bronchitis. Now my voice sounds crappy, doesn't? And that's because I've been coughing like 15,000 times per day. Felt like I broke my rib cage. But the funny part of it was, I every year I get when the climate changes kind of radically, I cough. So and that kind of goes back to when I lived in the States and cold weather, and I'm not going to go into that whole story of how that kind of happened. But the what happened was, I in October. I had a coughing thing like in June, and because the weather changes in October. But then in October, bam, I got COVID at the same time as this coughing fit, right? And it just a lot of coughing, and just I was congested. Something was happening. So the doctor gave me some antibiotics, and I took it. And didn't quite do much. So I went back to the doctor, and here the doctors are hard to get to. You got to wait a while. So I went back after a few weeks because I had to wait, and and then and I was coughing worse, right? And and actually I couldn't go to a conference. I couldn't go sing and play at TCOM. Um, just that whole trip was just I couldn't do anything, right? Because I could talk, or I had Halloween cough, right? I just had the Halloween scare cough, and I couldn't sing, couldn't do anything. So which is really frustrating because I can't sing anywhere, right? I mean, I do a lot of open mics and stuff and concerts, and it's like it's just completely taken me off the board. I'm out of service here. Um, and my voice has gotten worse, right, because of all this. So I actually gave me some. The doctor gave me some cortisone. That didn't help because I kept coughing all the time. I actually, so then I went to get another round of the antibiotics, and I tried some natural stuff before all this, right? But the second round of antibiotics, the day after, I was in the hospital. I had to go to the hospital. I'm not going to explain what my body went into, like all kinds of stuff, and you'll find out why. I'm not going to say what happened, but because I don't want to grow, I'm not going to get into what the body was going into, right? But what happened was I had to go to the emergency room because there aren't any doctors to go see, right? And I was in stomach cramps. I was and all kinds of other stuff, right? It's just this is I'm taking antibiotics for bronchitis, or something. I shouldn't be having all these other things. And so I go to the emergency room, and they kept me all evening until like 1 or 2 in the morning. And they did a blood test, and they said, "Yo, yeah, you do have a major infection." Um, and I said, "Well, yeah, I could tell you where it is, right?" So they started pushing on this stuff. They were going to do a kind of an X-ray, or what do you want to call these things, of the lungs. I can't remember what they call it. Maybe a scan or X-ray, whatever. Same, whatever it's called. And but then he started pushing my stomach and testing things because I'm having other problems, right? And so he says, now we're going to do a scan of your MRI scan of your abdomen, right? Pelvis will check. So I got to wait for that, and I'm like coughing and go and and I kind of explained the background of this whole stuff to the doctor, and then I had to knock the doctor change. The other one probably on a break or something, and so the third doctor comes in. And he says, "How long you been coughing like this?" And I said, "About 2 months, on and off, not bad all the time, but I was really bad here at that point." But I said, it kind of goes up and down. And he says, "Well, you have a lung infection based on the scan." And I said, "I know I do, and I've even got it." And he says, "You need a medical treatment." I said, "I got a medical treatment. I'm on my second round of antibiotics here." But I said, "The second batch, this is, I mean, it's like they put me on steroids because I'm not taking one pill once a day like it was the first round. Here I'm taking 2 pills 3 times a day. I mean, this is like pumping me. And he looks at it and says, "No, you're taking double dosage, dude." Guess what? I said, the pharmacist screwed up on this one. It was a different pharmacist. It was actually the pharmacist next to the doctor. I usually take a pharmacist out here in the country. And what the pharmacist does, right? They take the prescription, they read it, and then they check it, and then they decide if the doses they're going to give you are the same that the doctor prescribed or different, size of pills, basically. And then they recalculate it for you, right? Well, this stupid pharmacist, I'm not going to say the name of the pharmacy here, didn't recalculate. So, guess what? I wasn't hungry, right? Because I wasn't feeling, because I'm coughing all the time and all this and all these other things that were all happening. I was having. So I was taking, not eating, double dosage of the antibiotics, double dosage. And guess what? So the doctor says to me, "Oh, that's the problem." I said, "Yeah, the pharmacist wasn't the doctor. The doctor gave me," he says, "Yeah, this is the right treatment, just the right medication. Just, you got to take a regular dosage, not double." And he says, "I bet you got this and that." And I said, "Yep, I do. That's what it is. That's what's happened to my body." So, but then I had to go back to the doctor again to be able to get more medications because I had been taking double doses for 2 days, right? 2 days of that. So, but then I asked for some anti-cough medicine too because I couldn't sleep at night. I was literally coughing all night, right? Couldn't sleep. I'd actually sleep during the day. Yeah, I tried sitting up and all that kind of stuff. Nothing worked. So I went for the anti-cough medicine so I wouldn't cough too much. Like, I didn't want to cough my lungs out, right? And so it took another. I went for a third round of antibiotics. Same, got a regular dosage, and now I'm down to. Seems like I've done another blood test, and I got to look at the results of it. But I'm feeling better. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better. I can now talk and not cough every 10 seconds. I can try to sing. That's tough. I've been doing some open mics lately and trying to do that again. And yeah, I should save my voice. I know, but when you want to share songs with people you've been working on, it's kind of tough, right? So, so I do try to play with people and try not to sing too much, right? But the darn voice just sounds like something's wrong with the voice. The vocal cords have been damaged. I got to bring it back. So I got to probably work on. I've got to get the cortisone or something to kind of probably drink a lot of tea with honey. People tell me to do that. So I kind of want to keep up to date what's happening with this. And that's why I've not been doing responses on LinkedIn on videos, and I've been doing my word trip tips of the day because I've been out of commission, seriously out of commission. The worst that I've ever been, and really frustrating because I don't want to spend time writing, right? Because I think that communicating by video format is a lot faster to create, a lot more natural. Creates a lot less things that have to do with accent marks and all those kinds of things. Well, not in English, but just don't have to deal with people nitpicking your grammar. And I'm a linguist, right? So I don't care. I don't care. I'm a sociolinguist. It doesn't matter. So what if I, of my constructions, and I say, oh, people sit there and critique me and say, I said, hey, this is natural speech, folks. I'm not doing a script. Then people say, well, you need to take the videos. You need to take out the ums. I said, no, I don't. I said, you don't know what databases are that have speech database. They have all over the place, folks, when it's natural speech. And, I'm not trying to make these professional videos. When I do that for voiceovers, yeah, we do all the cutting, trimming, and crop and all that stuff. But I'm just talking, I'm sharing. I'm not trying to make these professional videos. I'm trying to just share my thoughts and do a brain dump on YouTube, folks. So I'm back from bronchitis, I hope, to do that brain dumping again and to share thoughts and ideas on replies on LinkedIn and put them on YouTube and share my thoughts and opinions, which might be appropriate or not appropriate depending on the context, right? So let's have that. So got some ideas coming. Stay tuned here on this channel. Thanks. Jeff out.